I would like to explain how to take successful photos at an aquarium. Aquariums are usually quite dark inside, so many people struggle with blurry photos and camera shake. This video clearly explains photography techniques and recommended settings for successful aquarium photography. The contents of the video are also explained on this blog, so if you are interested, please check the URL in the description. First, you need to change your lens depending on what you're shooting. A standard to wide-angle lens is suitable for taking close-up shots of swimming fish, but if you want to make the subject stand out, a bright prime lens is recommended. Using a prime lens will create a lot of movement in the background, making the fish stand out clearly. Another advantage is that you can use a faster shutter speed even in a dark aquarium, which helps reduce blur. You can also use a telephoto lens to enhance the sense of realism. Using a telephoto lens, you can take realistic photos of dolphins, penguins, sharks, and other subjects found in large aquariums. Please use it according to the situation. A list of recommended prime and telephoto lenses is included in the description, so please take a look if you are interested. This means shooting in M mode. M mode, or manual mode, is a shooting mode where you manually adjust the shutter speed and ISO yourself. Unlike auto or aperture priority modes, manual mode allows you to control every aspect of the exposure based on your own sense and creative intent. Turn the top dial to M manual mode. Next, open up the aperture all the way. In a dark environment like an aquarium, it's important that your camera can capture as much light as possible. That's where using a wide-open aperture comes in handy. The F number represents the size of the lens aperture. The smaller the number, the more light the lens lets in. Set the ISO sensitivity to automatic. ISO is a useful feature that allows your camera to electronically adjust brightness. However, raising the ISO sensitivity too high will result in noise, so by carefully setting the upper limit of the ISO sensitivity, you can prevent the ISO sensitivity from increasing any further and reduce noise. Press the menu button and go to the camera icon tab number 2. Then select ISO speed settings. Set Max for Auto to 3200. Tap ISO and set it to ISO Auto. Next, a shutter speed of 1/100 is a good starting point. In an aquarium, fish swim faster than you might imagine, so if the shutter speed is too slow, the subject may end up blurry. That's why I recommend using 1/100 second as your base shutter speed. A shutter speed of 1/100 second strikes a good balance. It's fast enough to reduce blur, even with moderately moving subjects. The important thing to remember is that for slow-swimming fish, a shutter speed of 1/60th to 1/80th of a second is appropriate. If you're photographing fast-moving fish or dolphins, a shutter speed of 1/125th to 1/160th of a second is best. By controlling the shutter speed in this way, you can take clearer photos. Tap the shutter speed, then turn the top dial to set it to 1/100 second. Next, set the exposure compensation. Your camera sets the brightness automatically, but you might want it a little brighter or darker. In such cases, you can use exposure compensation to adjust the brightness to your liking. Tap the exposure compensation screen and adjust it to the desired brightness. Next, adjust the white balance. By setting the light bulb symbol, the entire image will take on a bluish tint, emphasizing the transparency and atmosphere of the water. Press the Set button, select White Balance, and choose the light bulb icon. Summary. Now you have completed your aquarium photography. Feel free to experiment with the parameters to get the best results. We also explain how to set up the camera to suit various scenes, so please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.